So this video is to calculate the equation of the tangents if they come from the same point. Yeah, so they all start at the same point and then they become a tangent to the same circle. So they're not parallel, so we have to calculate it slightly different. So we have our equation of the circle here, which tells us that this radius is root 5. Okay, so we have our general equation of the line, and we have our x1, y1. What we don't know is the slope. We don't know the slope of the two tangents, and actually it's going to be two different slopes, one positive and one negative. But we will just leave it as m. We leave it as m as the moment, and then multiply out our equation. So we have then y minus 0, yeah, for the y1 over here, mx minus 5. So that is just that point 5, 0 put into the equation of the line. Then we multiply it out and we rearrange, and we have it in the general form mx minus y minus 5m equals 0. That is just our equation of the line through the point 5, 0 if we don't know m. We just leave m in as is because we don't know it yet. Okay, and that would be the equation of these two tangents. So we know our center here, 0, 0, and we know the radius. So what we know is the distance from the center to the tangent, because that is the same as the radius. Yeah, and so we use our distance from a point to a line formula again. So remember, that is our ax1 plus by1 plus c over a square plus b square. So now what is our d? So our d would be the radius, yeah? So d is root 5 because it's the same as the radius. Our a is a, b, and c. So our a is m, our b is minus 1, and our c is minus 5m. And then we have our x1, which is from the center, which is 0, and our y1, which is also 0. So now we put it into the equations. So we have root 5 equals the bar. So a is m and x is 0, plus minus 1 and y1 is 0, plus minus 5m, so minus 5m, and the bar over, and then the root of m squared plus minus 1 squared. Okay, so we simplify this, so we have root 5 equals m times 0, 0 minus 1 times 0, so minus 5m over the root of m squared plus minus 1 squared. So we can now square both sides. So that'll help us get rid of all the roots, and also this will help us get rid of the bars. Remember, 2 squared is 4 and minus 2 squared is also 4. So squaring squaring an expression in the bars will help us get rid of the bars, because it covers the two cases, that the inside is positive and that the inside is negative, because each time that'll give us the same solution. So if I square the left, I end up with 5. If I square the right, I end up with 25m squared. And then I have m squared plus 1. And this helped me get rid of the root on the bottom as well. Okay, so I multiply by the bottom now, so to get rid of the fraction. So that leaves me with 5m squared plus 1 equals 25m squared. So let's move over here. I multiply this out, so that'll give me 5m squared plus 5 equals 25m squared. So I bring the 5m squared to the left. So 5 equals 25m squared minus 5m squared, and that would be 5 equals 20m squared. I will divide by 20. So that leaves me with m squared is 5 over 20, which is the same as 1 over 4. And now if I take the root of 1 over 4, so to just get m, that would be plus 1 over 2, but it would also be minus 1 over 2, because minus 1 over 2 squared is also 1 over 4. So now I have my two m's, and all I have to do is put them into the original equation. The original equation was mx minus y minus 5m equals 0. And here you see we have we needed two different m's, yeah, because it was two different tangents, and we have two m's, plus 1/2 and minus 1/2, and that covers the two situations for the two different tangents. So let's put that in for the first one. So we have 1/2 x minus y minus 5 times 1/2 equals 0. So we multiplied the whole equation by 2, the left and the right. So that would leave us with x minus 2y minus 5 equals 0. And the other situation for the minus 1/2, so we have minus 1/2 x minus y minus 5 times minus 1/2 equals 0. So, and here I multiply by minus 2. So for the first one, I multiplied the whole thing by 2, and here I'm going to multiply the whole thing by minus 2. Okay, so that leaves me with x, and now I have plus 2y, and then so minus 5 times minus 1/2 would be plus 5/2, but then I multiply by minus 2, so I'm left with minus 5 equals 0, and these are the equations for the two. These are the two equations. This, sorry, not this. This and this are the two equations for the tangent to the circle starting from the same point.